Do you currently struggle with a man who is not fully stepping up and leading, taking charge in his masculine energy, providing, protecting, planning, being the man of your dreams? Or have you ever experienced this before in your life? You as a woman who has a feminine instinct, who wants to let go, who wants to be led, who wants to be taken care of, you do not want to have to teach a man how to be a man. That doesn't feel good for you. Feels like you're his mother in some kind of way, and that is going to put you in that masculine energy. It's going to stress you out. You're not going to be having a good time, and he's not going to be having a good time either, because he's going to be feeling like your little boy. And no man, if his masculine instinct is online and even the slightest, wants to feel that way. And the predicament that many women find themselves in when they learn about polarity, right? You find my videos, you start learning about polarity, feminine communication, feminine embodiment, how to let go of control, how to stop leading, is you don't want to step into that masculine energy and lead a man to be a man, but you start thinking, well, what am I supposed to do? I'm with this man. I don't want to have to teach him how to be a man, but I'm also not being fully led, not being fully taken care of. How is he ever going to figure it out? And what I'm going to be talking about today is how you don't need to step into teaching him in any way for him to learn how to lead. That's not your path. You're going to learn how to inspire a man into being your leader. Hello, I am Zach Rohde, and I am here to lead you into creating the relationship of your dreams by learning how to inspire a man into cherishing you with your feminine energy and with what I call feminine communication. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, make sure you do that below, hit the notification bell, and be sure to like this video because I'm going to make sure it is a good one for you today. And if you would like to learn how to inspire a man to claim you and cherish you as his woman, then go below this video, open up the description, and be sure to click on the link to my free webinar at zachrohdecoaching.com. Okay, so here is the secret. You don't need to teach your man anything about this stuff. Not about feminine communication, not about how to lead, not about taking charge, not about setting boundaries, not about him needing to be the one that's planning and providing and all of this stuff. You don't have to do any of that. Because your man, or your future man, he has a masculine instinct. Every single man does. This is a hardwired instinct. And that instinct is to take care of you. It is to lead. It is to provide. It is to protect. Every man has it. Now the problem is, for many men, that instinct is deeply suppressed. It was deeply suppressed in me for most of my life. And it's your job, we'll call it your job, to activate it. Now, not with that energy, because if it's like, oh, it's my job, I got to do this, then you're going to be in an energy of trying to activate it. And then you'd be in your masculine energy, and then you wouldn't be able to activate it, because you can only activate his instinct by being in your feminine energy, which means you're actually not trying to get any outcome at all. You're inspiring him. That's what inspiring means, is you are shifting his behavior with your radiance, with your vulnerability, with your respectful feminine communication, without trying to do anything. So you are embodying this feminine energy, this way of being for you, because it feels good for you to do it. And just the natural side effect is it's going to activate a man's masculine instinct. And when that instinct increasingly comes online, even if he doesn't conceptually know how to lead, how to be a good leader, how to hold space for you, how to plan, how to do all this stuff, he's going to become hyper motivated into trying to figure out how, into trying to learn how, because he feels that desire. So I'll give you an example here of what I'm talking about. Let's say that your man is not planning stuff. He's not taking you out on dates. He's not planning special outings. He's just gotten lazy. You could step into your masculine energy and be like, hey, the man is supposed to be the one that's planning. You're supposed to be planning dates and taking me out and paying for them, And that's just what a man's supposed to do, and I'm supposed to be the submissive one that's following. Well, a man's not going to be inspired by that. It's like, and if his instinct's not fully online, then he's probably going to argue with you about it. Like, no, it's supposed to be 50-50, and, like, that's all archaic. That's from the 1800s. We don't do that anymore. And it's not going to work. You're not going to get what you want. You're going to end up being more frustrated. However, if you can fully tap into your feminine energy and you're able to truly vulnerably express the pain in your heart that you're feeling because he's not stepping up to be in that role, and you're not doing that with any blame or judgment or expectation or manipulation, you're doing it just because you're feeling it and like you have to express, which is your feminine instinct. And you ask for help with your feelings, and you share, I just feel really sad. And I'm feeling so much frustration. I don't know what to do. And again, you're not blaming. There's no blame. There's no judgment. You're just expressing. You're just wearing your heart on your sleeve without trying to get any outcome from him. He's going to then feel that pain. And he's going to feel compassion for you. And that compassion and care, it's going to motivate him into being a better man for you, because he doesn't want you to feel pain unless he's a total monster, right? He's going to care when he can feel that. Now, of course, you got to learn how to do this right, because most women do not do this properly. You're trying to get an outcome, you're trying to lead, there's some blame, some judgment, some whatever. And if your energy is off in any way, you're going to get a completely different response. He's not going to be motivated to care. He's not going to be motivated to cherish you. He's not going to be motivated to look at himself and be a better man for you. He's not going to feel that compassion. He's just going to feel that irritation. Where it's like, you're complaining. You're always so negative. But when you hit that right frequency, that feminine, vulnerable frequency, he is going to care. And then even if he doesn't really know exactly what he should be doing, he's going to start asking you questions about why you feel that pain. And then he might take some time to reflect on things, but then he's now free to decide from his own autonomy, oh, you know what? I'm going to start taking her on dates because, or whatever it is, right? This is just an example, but I'm going to take her on dates. I'm going to do more of the planning. And he starts figuring it out. And then, of course, your job is to just be grateful. It's to share your happiness. It's to continue to not lead. It's to follow his leadership. You're just being receptive. You're being submissive to him. And the more that you're able to do that, the more that you're able to shift into that energy, the more that it's going to feel good for him to be stepping up to lead, because he can feel that he's making you happy. You can sense that. Now, of course, you got to be vulnerable with your happiness too, your gratitude. You've got to learn how to wear your heart on your sleeve. Because if you're more closed off, if you're more in your head, you're disconnected from your body, he's not going to feel your gratitude, and then he's not going to be motivated, right? This is all about activating that masculine instinct by you being so much in your feminine energy, wearing your heart on your sleeve. That's what does it. So you're not consciously teaching him, but he is learning from you without you teaching him. He's learning because he's understanding you better. He's learning about your feelings. He's learning about your needs. He's learning about what makes you feel bad, what makes you feel good. And once he really starts to understand what makes you happy, and he's motivated to make you happy, because you're being truly vulnerable and respectful and not leading, not disrespecting him in any kind of way, looking up to him as your hero, now he's going to figure out how to be his best for you without you having to do anything at all. This magic. And it's the only way that it can really work, because if you try teaching him, he's either going to resist and you're not going to get what you want, or he's going to do what you want. It's like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to be, so then he does it, but it's not through his own autonomy, and now he's basically enslaving himself energetically to you. He's complying with your kind of expectations. He's people pleasing to avoid abandonment or to avoid your reactivity, to avoid just the messiness of negative feelings, to avoid your judgments, to avoid whatever, to be more worthy for you. And that's all from the wrong energy, and it's not sustainable. That is never going to be sustainable. It's never going to feel good for him, even if you're really happy because of what he does, because he knows, he can feel in his body that he is following you energetically rather than you following him energetically. And that's completely out of order. The natural order for things is for the man to be leading energetically, not just in what he does, right? Because a man could be in the follower role, even if he's planning and making decisions and planning dates and providing. He could actually be in the following role because he's doing it for the wrong reasons. He's doing it to appease you. He's doing it to make you happy, but not from his own autonomy, not in a devotional sense, but in a people-pleasing sense. So he's the follower and you're the leader, even if you're not telling him what to do. You don't want that dynamic. The only way it works is for you to get truly vulnerable and inspire him into that leadership role. And then he learns how to be a better man for you without you trying to teach him anything at all. And that's going to feel amazing for both of you. If you would like to learn more about this, about how to inspire a man, about how to shift out of your unhealthy control patterns that are sabotaging your love life, that's demotivating a man or men from stepping up and being the kind of man that you need him to be, then go below this video, open up the description. All of my different offers are there. Great place to start is with my webinar for women to learn how to inspire a man to claim you and to cherish you. And that's at zachrodycoaching.com. Start there, go through that, start learn how to inspire a man into creating the relationship of your dreams.